Hey guys, how you doing? Here's showing you how to replace a front wheel bearing for a four-wheel drive GMC Yukon XL 2500. This will be applicable to all 2000 through 2007 GMC Yukons and Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras that are 2500 models and also have four-wheel drive. So here are the tools you'll need. You got your new wheel bearing over here, torque wrench. This is just to help me as extra leverage for a breaker bar. You may not need it, or you may have your own breaker bar. A hammer. I used a 1/2 inch ratchet for most of my work. I also have a 3/8 drive if you need it. 10mm socket, 21mm, and a 22mm. You need a 15mm socket, needle nose pliers, and a 36mm socket. As usual, I already have the new one installed. It's already on, but I will walk you through the steps you need to do. First off, if you're not using air tools, you will need to jack up your car, support it, and then you'll use your flathead screwdriver to take off this here cover. You can just insert it right in here and hit it with the hammer a few times, go around it. Take you a little bit of time, but eventually you'll be able to pry it off. This one is already loose because I already took it off. You need to expose this here nut. Now usually you can have someone go inside, step on the brakes, and you can break this loose. However, if you can't do that, you can just put the wheel back on, drop the car back down on the ground, and then use a 36mm socket to break that loose. When you go to tighten it back up, it is 177 foot-pounds. Do not go more than that, or else you'll be damaging your wheel bearing. So after this is done, after this is loose, jack the car back up. Then you'll need to loosen up this brake line here. You can do that with the 10mm socket. Just take off this bolt, go ahead and take that all the way off so that this brake line is loose. You'll go on ahead and disconnect this here connector for the wire. This is your ABS wire. It goes all the way up to a connector that is literally right here behind this plastic guard. You'll want to disconnect that, pull the wire off, because your new hub will more than likely come with this wire already. So after you've done that, then you can move to the back and remove the whole caliper as a whole. As you can see here, there will be two 21mm nuts you can replace. This one right here that my light. This one right here that I'm pointing at right here, that's a 21mm. There's also another one that is on the bottom. Let me see if I can get you a good look at it. Right there behind here, you see where I'm flashing my light at? That's the other 21mm. You'll go on ahead and remove those two. Then you can go on ahead and remove the caliper bracket, and obviously the pads and the caliper will all just come away. Once you have that all pulled off, you can just I usually just set it right on up here. Make sure that it's secure so it doesn't fall down and hit you in the head or in your arm or something, because it probably will hurt. So after that, you can go ahead and take the rotor off. At that point it'll just be loose. You can just pull the rotor off, and then you'll see the hub with all the studs sticking out of it. Here, I'll show you the old one, what it looks like. This is the old hub right here, my bad one. So what it'll look like from the front. So you can see the rotor will sit right on top here. You'll pull the rotor off and you'll be looking at this. So to visualize now, after you take the rotor off, there will be excuse my camera work, I'm still trying to work on a camera to get, just bear with me. So after you pull off the rotor, you will see there will be 4 of these 15mm nuts. This one and this one are on the top. There's also one, right down there at the bottom, you can see, and there's another one on the other side. These are not as tight as the axle nut is. These are 133 foot-pounds. So you can just take a breaker bar and break those loose. After you've done that, you can go on ahead and just pull off the entire hub this here, you can just pull that right on off. The axle will just stay where it's at. Pull that off, and then all you would do is take your new hub and you slip it back on, and at that point you'll be done pretty much. You just put everything back together that you took off. Don't forget the torque values. The hub is at 133 foot-pounds and the axle nut is at 177 foot-pounds. So after that you should be good to go. It's a good idea to replace these in pairs, since chances are if this one's going bad, your other one on the other side is probably going to be going bad as well pretty soon. That was the case on this car. The left wheel bearing was replaced about a year ago, and sure enough this one went bad right after. So this bearing cost $45 from Amazon. You can look for them there or wherever you usually shop at. I like to go to Amazon or Rock Auto Parts. That's usually where I get my parts from. They tend to be the cheapest, but certainly you can get it from wherever you would like. So I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.